This is Stock Day. News and interviews from the microcap world. Public information on the OTC, pink sheets, and microcap stocks from around the world. With your host, Everett Jolly.
On today's show, we have a very exciting guest with us. His name is Steve Decker. Steve, thank you for calling in and coming by on the show today.
No, thank you, Everett. We appreciate the opportunity to talk to your listeners, and hopefully this will go well and we can educate some people on our product.
If you would, give us a little bit of a rundown of yourself and what your company's about, because, I think you guys are in a very interesting sweet spot in this marketplace. And 6 months ago, I never even knew there was such of a marketplace for this, but obviously there is.
Right. Basically what we do, we specialize in giving loans against non-marginable securities. If you have a marginable security, you can go to your brokerage at Morgan Stanley, whatever, and get a margin loan. Where we shine is with the people that can't go to the brokerage, meaning their stocks are non-marginable. So if you have a stock on the OTC trading at like 50 cents and it's doing a healthy volume, you can get a loan against it. And that's really where we shine, because these people traditionally have not been able to access any cash. They had to sell the stocks in order to do so. But we fill that niche, which is very, very important niche in our market today.
Absolutely. So tell me, what stocks work best with this product?
As long as the stock is above a dime, basically above 10 cents. So let's say you have a 15, 20 cent stock, and it's doing a healthy volume, steady. I mean, not like, one day you have 1 million shares, next day you have 800 shares. As long as there's a steady volume, it's liquid, and it makes sense. If you're trying to get $1 million loan and your stock does $500 a day, well, that's not going to qualify.
The personal qualifications, credit, financial, etc. What does a person have to have when they contact you?
Really, that's what's so beautiful about this product. Credit does not come into play. It's not reported to credit bureaus. We don't pull a credit report. Financials, we don't pull them. We don't want to see them. It doesn't matter. What really matters is the liquidity of the stock. The underlying security or the collateral is really what we're interested in. If the collateral is good, then the loan's good.
Good. What are some of the funds that are typically used if somebody calls you up? Do they have to tell you what they're going to use the money for? How does that work out?
Right. Good question. Basically, it can be used for anything except buying more stocks or investing back in the company itself, which sounds kind of odd, but the SEC is kind of a gray area, and they might look at that as trying to avoid registration or something, so we don't want to get involved in that, obviously. But typically what people come to us for, and they're CEOs, CFOs, or just shareholders, they're looking to buy real estate. Real estate seems to be the big one, or a luxury product like a plane or a boat, some of that nature. But real estate really is the big one. Because the beauty of it is if you use like this loan product to buy a house or a secondary home or a vacation home or whatever, you own that property free and clear. Nothing's attached to it. The only thing that's collateralized is the stock itself. So it's a good way to own property free and clear, but just the collateral is the stock, not the home. And it's quicker too. I mean, our loans typically take, within a week, we can usually have your money.
Right.
The process is very, very fast.
Is there a lot of companies in your space, and what are the advantages of your stock loan product versus the other people who are in this space?
There really isn't. We pretty much have the niche to ourselves right now. There was some companies in the past, they didn't, just like any industry, they really didn't do it correctly. So they're gone, obviously. The market has a way of sorting people out. In this space, we're pretty much it. So that's a good place to be. Go ahead, Everett.
Yeah. So walk me through this. I have 100,000 shares of a stock that's trading at 10 cents a share, and I need some money for my kid's college education, to help him out, or he wants to borrow some money from Pop. Take me through the process of how you and I would do a deal.
Well, a lot of times we get these from brokers, but say you're a direct client from this program, and you call us up, and I'll ask you some basic questions like, what's the ticker and how many shares do you own, et cetera. At that point, I would look it up, and I could tell you within a matter of moments what we can do for you and what we can't. If you are happy with the verbal offer, then I just send you a term sheet. You sign off on that after you've reviewed it, obviously. That would lay out the terms exactly as they would be. If you sign off on that, then next step is loan docs. Loan docs you take to your attorney if you wish, review them, take your time with them, sign them, send them back, and then we move the collateral to an account, and the money's released.
What happens if I have a non-USA stock?
You know, that's another area of our business right there. And we do a lot of our business is overseas. My business is overseas. And it's basically the same product. It's just geared towards the overseas markets. We do a lot of work with clients out of Hong Kong, Malaysia, Indonesia, Turkey. Turkey was big last summer for some reason. Philippines is hot. You know, so we do have products for overseas clients.
Steve, is there anything that you'd like to go over in closing here that we haven't touched upon?
You know, basically, Everett, people, they always ask, what's the terms? Well, terms are pretty much the same. 2-year term with a 2-year lockout, meaning you can't prepay it for 2 years, which is generally is fine. I mean, if you're looking for something for, 60-day term, then this isn't your product. But as long as you're fine with the product being no prepayment on it for 2 years, then it is. It works great for people. And clients love this product for one reason. It frees up liquidity. You can have all the stocks in the world, but that's not necessarily liquid. And that's really the problem. Yeah, right, exactly. And if you don't have any cash, then, that's not a good place to be. What this does is frees up liquidity for our clients. So they can have their stock still, it's collateralized, obviously. However, they'll have liquid cash flow, buy a home, buy a luxury item, pay off taxes, tax bills are coming up, education, or whatever use they have for it. As long as
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it's kind of like having your cake and eat it too kind of thing. So you have the securities and you also have cash. So that's a great place to be.
Steve, thank you very much for coming on the show today. If anybody wants to get in touch with you, they can give you a call at 412-498-9843. Thanks, Steve, and have a great day.
Everett, my pleasure. Thank you so much.